Oh, is she back? Looking for something new in dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, alternative history? They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology. Get the 10-volume box set with 159 stories and full color illustrations, plus 34 articles with writings and art tips. Get the UPR on discount, $125 for the entire box set. That's a $60 savings for that beautiful box set. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Go to uprntalkradio.com, click on the link, and place your order. Share order. Where's that on?
Looking for stories that are fresh and new? Dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, cyberpunk, alternate history, and more. They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology from 24 award-winning authors and illustrators, plus art and writing tips and bonus stories. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Buy your copy at galaxypress.com, Amazon, or wherever books are sold.
I'm sorry.
All righty.
Oh man, I apologize.
We got a Southern boy and a British boy.
It's yeah. Look at this one, way over on the other side of the planet, hanging out. Just left his poor wife over there in LA. Said, "Oh well, I'm out of here. I'm going to Europe, man. You're on your own." Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have John Goodwin.
What an introduction!
Oh Lord, man, y'all should. I'm just getting ready for the night. Y'all should wait till you see what happens tonight at 9:00. Oh my God, we're now that we're in news mode because there's two wars going on. It's just hard to even squeeze in the other news. Well, we do get some news in about the emperor. He's he makes it in there from time to time. The Emperor Joe Cracker Biden. That's what I call him now. That's his official name. I'm sorry. Look, I've watched him. So look, when nobody in the Middle East wants to meet with your president, you should be worried. Anyway, moving on from that. We're not talking about that tonight. We're talking about Battlefield Earth tonight. Which kind of
your president too, Joe.
No, he's not mine. I didn't vote for the SOB. I'm not claiming him. I don't even. Technically, I don't even want to say I live in the same country. And I live in the South, so technically, we don't live in the same country anyway. It's.
So what were we discussing?
Battlefield Earth is what we were discussing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If I can get it out without getting back into, crazy. See, now I'm thinking Battlefield Earth. Now I'm thinking Israel. So this has got to stop, man. This has got to stop. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, John's over in Europe. He's touring over there. He's one of these wealthy guys, gets to tour Europe, hang out. He's escorted around, oh yeah, I seen him there. Dead. These two girls in these little short skirts and this limo just escorting him from place to place. Man, I was like, I'm jealous. Is all I got to say. No, guys, he's over there actually working his off. But y'all both welcome tonight. So it's nice to have them both on. And really and truly, they are split. I mean, one's on one side of the planet, one's on the other. So, how you liking Europe? In Germany?
I'm enjoying. Yeah, over here in Frankfurt, and it's the International Book Fair, the Book Mesa, and it's huge. It's the biggest book fair in the world, and so although Sharjah is rapidly taking over, becoming the biggest book fair, but right now it still has that. It's greatly reduced in size. Up to pre-pandemic, it was about 7,500 exhibitors. Now it's only 4,000, but it's still 4,000 exhibitors.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then that's I count as one as Galaxy Press. So there's 4,000 different exhibitors over 9 halls.
Yeah. Well, how many countries do you think they represent? I mean, this isn't an international one, so a lot of the American ones are just pretty much American. But
this is pretty much every country except the show owner, or the guy that's the director of the show. When the whole thing happened in Israel, he made this statement like, "Our hearts go out to you in Israel, and we're 100% behind you," which immediately alienated the Arabs. So the Arabs pulled out, and then when they then stopped doing one of the awards presentations, Israel pulled out. So now the whole Middle East is out because it's become political, which is not the purpose of books. So it totally violates the whole purpose of trying to do books in the first place, to try to deal with discourse and discussion. So the Middle East is pretty much pulled out. Russia isn't here. Ukraine's here. but all throughout Africa. Most of the rest of the place in Europe is here. Obviously, North and Central and South America. I just went to a party thing for the Guadalajara Book Fair, and met the director of the book fair because they sold out. So I got in good communication with him. So it looks like we'll be able to get a booth there. I'll find out on Monday to attend, because that's the biggest Spanish book fair. But they had a big stand at this show here, and then we met some of the I guess Sharjah representatives in some of that area there, and so we're getting distribution in that. As a result of that, there's distribution that's been set up. So we've been getting a lot of different nations that want to carry our books. Yeah, we're going to be talking about tonight. Battlefield Earth, for one, is a really popular one, but
and this other point you got me listening to, which we're going to talk about that later in the show. I'm serious, guys. We're going to talk about this later in the show, but go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Talk about which later in the show? Talk about that video I sent?
This porn book you got me reading.
He got into volume 4. He volume 4
yes.
And went, what have you
said? Yes. I'm in volume 5 now, so we're about halfway through it. Yeah.
It's pretty out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm just listening because I'm listening driving back and forth to work, and one morning I'm listening. I said, "What the hell? What she's doing? Wait, what? Wait, that." I had to go back and listen again because I wasn't sure what I heard. I was like, "No way!" And then we just went from there. And just said, "Oh my God, this is going to be an interesting episode." Well, guys, I'm listening to it. Yeah, John, I've been harassing John about it for a while, but I've been listening to this thing for like a year. It's long, and I can only listen to it when I got free time, but it's actually so far. First one was a little bit slow. Ever since then, it's been on a steady increase, and there is some great satire, and that's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
There's some really good satire.
It's really good satire, and it really still, even though he wrote that in the early '80s, it still bears out to showing like this is what's going on around here.
No,
but anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about tonight, like I said, is this thing with Battlefield Earth, and both Emma and I were like very intent on wanting to talk to you about it because of the fact there are 2 wars working right now on the planet. And I mean, definitely there's some people making a lot of money on this thing happening, all these arms dealers and merchants of chaos. But I sent you that, just to be able to discuss books that have a message of peace, and how science fiction can sometimes be a way to communicate peace, and sometimes the books get really gnarly, but it kind of shows the futility of war. It doesn't resolve anything. And I sent you that one video, the Declaration of Peace, which is a poem that Owen Hubbard wrote about the futility of war. And that's from Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, I'm going to have to switch it over to Google.
You have that?
Actually, I've got it up, but I got to switch it. For some reason, StreamYard doesn't like Microsoft. It doesn't like Bing or anything like that. So it likes Google is what it likes. And when I open my email, a lot of times it opens an Explorer. So so it just doesn't like it for some reason. But I'm just going to switch it over to one of the other ones that'll find it. Because it's I don't know exactly why it's we got a commercial plan. You want to buy a house?
That's YouTube. That's YouTube does it. You got 5 seconds to be able to click. Don't
okay.
play.
So we're good right there. Let's pull this in here with us. There it is. Look. Okay. Boop.
It's a good message.
And add the page. Oh, there we go. And let's hit the play button. Dun, dun, dun. What the hell did I just do? See these new fancy dancy computers? I got to do things I don't know that they do. I just split into 4 screens. I was like, "What are you doing?" I didn't want
what
you to do that.
What is happening there?
Y'all can hear it, okay?
Yeah.
I can't see
it. You need to open it up.
Hear me! Out of a hell of shot and shell, out of this chaos of contention, Let us bring peace to pointless fight. Why do we court the whore called war? Why make of earth a shattered night? There is no ecstasy in killing. Love alone can make man willing. So hear me, warriors. Hear me, mothers. There is no pay in slaughtered brothers. Attention, if your sense is fair, heed that which we now declare. Peace, you races far and wide. Peace, abandon your blood-soaked suicide and now abide in peace. Echo me, as in your hearts you yearn for love, not death. Peace, we have declared it. Snarls and strife must be at end. In peace alone can this earth mend. And now find ecstasy in love. Love for earth. For all. The gods of peace have now spoken. Obey!
Da-da-da.
There you go.
There you go. Hold on, I don't want to start playing. Oh, sorry. Now somebody's fired. You just gotta love YouTube. Oh man, I started something started playing right there. You see it right there.
Mm-mm.
No, we didn't see it now. Fortunately.
Somebody hamburgered it out. Of course, I have no idea where it is on this screen.
Yeah, I see you have a Battlefield Earth painting behind you there too.
Yes, yeah, that's
the
Turley's face is not Turley's face. What's his face? Travolta's face is in there. And well, yeah, and then he's down. What's his face is down there running through the fire coming out. Yeah, we can't see it because we're all covering it up. But when it comes out on print or when it comes out on just the archive with audio, it'll be that face on there. Unless YouTube gets cranky about it. Quick note before we go. I mean, not before we go, but we're going to be adding Amazon sometime in like the next. It's probably going to be somewhere around the 28th of the month. We may have to wait until November because of Halloween and we got some pay-per-view events. I'm not sure. I was talking with Michelle about this last night, but anyway, Amazon is going to be coming to the station sometime in the next 10 days. So you will be able to get us on Amazon anywhere you are on the planet. I mean, you can already get us on Alexa and stuff, but you can get us on Amazon now anywhere. You can pop in, watch the television just like you'd watch any other TV show on Amazon. And I know we get 2 featured weeks, so we'll be somewhere up there in those top shows flipping around for those 2 weeks, so you can find us really easy. It's a nice addition. So there's Roku, there's that. For my Apple fans, maybe if we get enough people who are interested in Apple, we'll add Apple TV to it as well. We have web television. I just haven't added to the page yet because I would prefer y'all to use our allies, meaning Roku and Amazon. I'd rather you go there and get it instead of go to our webpage and get it. It's not like anybody's charging for it anyway. So it's just I'm sure they would appreciate the clicks. For them, the more clicks, the more money. That's it. Yeah. For us, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so when you listen, so I've been through now. I don't know. Let's see. I've watched the movie Battlefield Earth. I've been through the book. I've listened to what we play. It's and then some of the other stuff I've read of L. Ron's. It's just he had a good view of what was coming or what was around him that he knew he was going to be immersed in. Might be a better way of saying it, because somehow or another he kind of immersed himself in all of this. And when I'm listening to even like on Mission Earth or in some other stuff I read, even some of his sci-fi I read, what I would just call general sci-fi, he just had an idea of where Earth was headed. It's a shame some of the politicians didn't have the same idea. We might not be in as much shit as we are today. And I did notice that he put it out in stories. It's a shame he never became a politician, because then he might actually, because he can change people's minds through his writings, which will help. But that's a slower track than if you just get out and get in everybody's face and say, hey.
Well, he spent quite some time in D.C. That's why
I know that.
The first like church that was there was in the founding churches in Washington, D.C. And he went there. I think it was President Hoover. He actually audited on Dianetics, and he went out. He made a whole big thing trying to, put some sanity into the scene there. And that's when he just looked at it and went, he needs to start working and getting people that aren't so steeped into the corruption that is, Washington D.C. and these other major things, because like what you see so heavy, it makes no sense, And I've talked to you at length, and I've talked to James Rasson, the person whose podcast is currently airing this week. He was 30 years in the military in the Middle East, and he was he worked in intelligence and in working with what was it, Emily?
He did interrogations.
Yeah.
And the stuff that happened was just so gnarly,
Well,
so
I've read a lot about him now. I mean, not so much. I mean, I've read a lot of his writings, but I've also read about him and some of his run-ins with the press, good and bad. Some of his other stuff, and he, I've been through his Navy career, not completely, but I've been through it on both ships that he served, and there's a couple of things that I've read about him and his connection with the hospitals and how he got involved and helping people get their brains straight. There's a lot of information there, but for the average, ordinary, Joe, it's going to
go. You're the unaverage Joe.
I'm the in between Joe. I'm kind of in between somewhere, but it's still. For most of them, it's just going to wash over them. We were talking today about and healthcare, how to get people up and faster, get them away from drugs faster, how to get them out of institutions faster. What could be used? L. Ron's name came up 3 times in the conversation, and I wasn't the one. So I wasn't the one who brought this up. By the way, this is it was once they had brought it up. I had brought up some of the other stuff. Wait, what programs you said?
Narcanon. That's the one, Jada Pinkett Smith, she just put a book out, and she talked about her father who was on drugs heavily. And
yes, I got to tell you, Emily, it's a $50 fine. Yes, there's a fine for bringing Jada's name on the network. It's a $50 fine. John, send me a check, my friend. You see how I did that? I told John to send me the check.
Exactly.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Good, baby. It's just
I'd rather program. It's a good one. It has a very high success rate.
Well, I know they came up because there was some stuff that he had done. I guess it was at the end of World War II, somewhere between the end of World War II and I'd say like 50, 52, somewhere up in there. I'd actually have to go get the book out again is it around me? No, it's not. To be 100% sure, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there that could pertain to the way health industry works today, but for some reason, it's too easy. Some of this stuff is too easy of a fix, and they're just not going to go for that.
No, it's an industry. Medicine is an industry. It's not about, unfortunately, AMA and that type of stuff isn't about healing. It's about industry. He wrote a book called All About Radiation.
Wait, say that again.
it was called All About Radiation.
Oh.
And yeah, he did his whole research about this. He put together this formula called dianazine, which helps, like he said, runs out radiation because people were getting radiation poisoning after all the testing that was being done in Nevada. And so, because he was in Phoenix and he had his Geiger counters and it showed all this radiation on his piano and all around there. So
Shit,
he
yeah,
started
it was all
researching
over
it.
the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he started doing this, how to get it out of the body because it caused obviously adverse effects of cancer and whatnot. So he had a lot of research he did in that stuff, and of course, it was considered, not medical, and it wasn't this, wasn't that, and so it wasn't adopted, even though it's a main way of handling getting rid of radiation poisoning. But yeah, he's been. I mean, his whole mission was to be able to help people, and so the people that caused the most backlash were the ones that directly affected by his researches that would like do them out of a money scam.
Well, the problem is helping people's great, but if you're not helping the people that are helping you to help the people, you ain't getting nothing. you just might as well hang it up. They're gonna be against you no matter what. I was reading about the thing he got involved with about the crazy patients going to Alaska.
Yeah.
And I read about that, and I'm thinking, who even thought that was a good idea? I mean, really, who? So we're gonna send everybody
the
out
APA,
last.
American Psychiatric Association.
I mean, just when you read stuff like this, you got to go, okay, was something affecting them back then? Was there radiation all through America or something that was affecting it? It's just some things are just stupid and should be treated that way. But of course, when you buck up against the system, especially when we're talking pharmaceuticals, then it's gonna cause you trouble. And half them pharmaceuticals own the press these days, so even back then, so it's gonna cause you. Because I could never understand when I first met John, because I'd read quite a bit about it, why he cut such a bad rap. Because when I look at him from, I don't know, maybe mid 30s, all the way up until maybe mid 60s, early 70s, he's got a good relationship with the press. Mm-hmm. Makes no sense. And then boom, and somebody said, "Oh, was it Scientology?" No, because Scientology wasn't actually there at the moment. So it had to be something else. So I'm pretty sure this was part of it.
Yeah, it was.
And it's just people. Y'all, I know we're kind of skipping around. I'll get John to clarify, but this was something that you're just not going to hear in mainstream science today. When you hear people talking about this gentleman, you're not going to hear people talk about this either.
And that's why you always hear us say, "Well, do your own research. Read a book and see if it makes sense to you." And that's the main thing. And that's where most of the headway is made when someone decides, instead of listening to, what mainstream media might say, or more appropriately, what the pharmaceutical companies will say, and just check it out for yourselves. And you're kind of like, wow, okay, so that isn't true that, they've got weird trees growing out of their ears or whatever.
Hey, I didn't know what to think about you guys.
These little white things coming out of your ears right now.
Oh no, they're glowing too. You better watch out. It's with Jessica. No, I met John. It's been 4 years now, I think.
More than that.
Well, it was right when Jim Mars passed. Yeah. I did a radio show with you, and we talked about his last days because he was with us, with Emily and myself. Jim, yeah, and so I did that show, and then I had Carmen book me again, and we did a couple shows, and then you grilled me for the next year or two. And,
I did.
And cross-examined me, and everything I'd say, you'd have something like, prove it.
So these are actually good people, guys. I've been hanging out with them now for a while, and they're honestly hardworking, good people. I haven't seen them do anything that I would consider to be. Now, I don't go to these voodoo rituals, so I don't know about that. But the rest of it, the rest of it, mind you, is all good stuff.
That's the only way we go visit you and you take us out to your favorite haunts.
Actually, Denise, I'll be blunt about that question. I'm not. None of the judges are, and as far as I know, so far, none of the winners have been either. Members of Scientology, yes, no, none of them have been. The staff, all of them are. Everybody who works there is. And I will tell you this, and this has always been who I have been and will always be who I am. I always judge people by their actions. And I'm telling you what, this is a really good group of people. I don't know, they could be evil in the night, run around naked. How do I know? But anyway, the rest of the time they're really good people, and they're actually a pleasure to be with. I really enjoy being with them. I've actually found some people who run around more than I do, which is amazing to start off with. Oh no, Emily runs circles around my ass. Oh no, indeed not. So no. She's like the Blur. I think that's what I started nicknaming her the Blur, because it's like, shh, was that Emily? Shh. Matter of fact, I got some pictures of her where it's kind of a blur. She's going by. No, she's hard work. Everybody there is really nice, and frankly, it kind of scares me sometimes. They're as nice as this, because them damn rookies can aggravate the crap out of a pope, man. So I don't know how they do it. Well, no, I mean, they're winners. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And it's running in 8 different directions. And the fact that everybody there keeps their cool is amazing. I don't know if they go home at night and beat holes in their walls, that's different. But really and truly, everybody there is very gracious, very nice, very well mannered, and very hardworking. Janice, you gotta win. That's all I can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. Go enter at writersofthefuture.com, and we're accepting entries now for volume 41. So it's been going a long time. I think if it. Are you an earthquake, John?
They're actually. Actually, I forgot about these. Oh yeah, hold on, Chrissy. I'll put them up there where you can see them. No, they're this set's not for sale. This will get given away during the holidays. But so right now they're $125. If you go through the website and get them, Maliva will be really happy, and she won't try to hurt me when she sees me next time. And they're like, I think they're $60 off right now off the box set. I can't see them. I don't have it right. Hold on. Oh, there they are. Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, there you go. They're underneath your alien skull. Oh, you got the set there. There you go.
There you go. There's a box set right there. That's what it says. $125 for the whole box. It's 30 through 39. So we got some sets we're going to give away, but these are for sale. And these, by the way, one of these sets is never getting away. It's going in with the rest of them when I put because I'm redoing my studio right now. My wife the other day is going, "What are you doing?" I had a friend of mine come from New Orleans and just haul out like 15 computers out of the studio, and that's in about 10 monitors. Yeah, well, I'm just getting rid of stuff. I'm trying to get my studio over again where I can have people in studio again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So right now you can be in studio, but it's got stuff all over the place, and we're slowly but surely getting them out. And plus, I'm putting in a new type of shelves for different books, stuff I get from y'all, stuff I get from other publishers, stuff I get from authors. So people can just see them up there, because we get a lot of people who come on the network, and we got a new show that's going to be housing a lot of it's going to be just for authors and illustrators. That's all it's going to be for. I think it's going to be on Saturday. I think that's where it's going to be. Yes, it is. Well, because I work with Carmen, and Carmen gets me a lot of people, and then we got a lot of other authors that come on the network, and there's just a lot of people who read people. I know somebody the other day told me reading in cursive was dead. I'm like, really? And I'm like,
I said, somebody who couldn't read in cursive, and I was like, I'd never heard of that before. And I thought, how can you not read in cursive? Like,
it's not taught anymore.
It's amazing.
California just said they're going to start teaching it again. We heard it yesterday on the news.
Y'all going to good.
The back ass words.
This is Frankfurt you're looking at out here while we're talking.
There we go.
Oh, okay. That's what's going on.
Yeah, we're jealous. We don't hear that you're in Germany. We could be hanging out in Germany, chilling, having some wine, well, maybe some beer. No, I'm not into hot beer, guys. No, Battlefield Earth, you can get it anywhere. GalaxyPress.com is the easiest place to go to get it, but you can get it anywhere.
You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it at Amazon, independent bookstores, wherever books are sold. You can get Battlefield Earth.
You can buy it in almost all the bookstores in South Africa. We got Australia. We got Canada. We've got UK.
There you go.
And if you listen to audiobooks, the Battlefield Earth audiobook has like over 3,000 5-stars on Audible. It's a really good audiobook. Joe's played it several times on the air. It's an excellent audio.
Denise, I can't play it. I'm sorry, bro. I'll be finished it probably around Christmas or New Year's, but I can't play it. I'm sorry.
Is that Mission Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Look, I'm just grateful to listen to it. Whenever they tell me they can, y'all will hear, but until then, it's just where it is. Yeah, that's just how it works. You can go buy the book. Yes, we
Yeah.
gave away like 100 of them at Christmas last year. No, I don't have any left. I got one copy of Fear, and that's actually going to be my copy, and it's unopened. It's still in a wrapper. And you mean all the stuff behind me? No, these are my. This at Christmas will get given away. Okay, um, these are all autographed books that are all mine, so they're not going anywhere. And then there's other books that rotated through this loop up here for different guests that come on. Like Wolf Moon was just on a couple weeks ago, and Black Lazarus Black was on a couple weeks before that. So you'll see their books up there as well for a couple of weeks after. Sorry, guys, for a couple of weeks after they have been on the network. Yeah, I like helping them out. I'm hoping they get rich and remember me. That's what I want to get rich, man. Besides, you never know which one of these guys is going to make the next fantasy movie, next sci-fi movie,
That's right.
the next piece of artwork that just stuns the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't live there, so I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
but the thing on this where we started, what I really wanted to bring up, because I know we've been bouncing all over the place, but just with the scene on the, in the wars, and it gets people all like freaked out. And it's just that, I mean, I've been at this book fair, and people have been talking about like just the vibe of Battlefield Earth
It's a good book.
it helps you to deal with it. You just kind of like, you've got to, the scenes just starts off pretty rough, where mankind's been almost wiped out, and it's just the whole human spirit, so it's like how the human spirit can ultimately prevail under any adversity. And that's something right now that's really important for people to get that feeling that, like, we can do it. We can win out. We haven't had which is probably what some of the people are thinking of too, some of the anti-social people out there. But we went from World War I to World War II, and then Korea was right on the heels of World War II within like a year or two.
Yeah.
And Vietnam was pretty much of a bust. But it's been, for the last 50 years, it's been there hasn't been any major conflicts that's affected us in North America, and there's been the continual since Israel was formed. Was it 1954, 52, or something like that? Somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I think it was 54, but I don't want to swear.
When it was first formed, and then the whole conflict, because you've got the most insane scenario there. You've got one city in that location, which is the hub for three major religions. It's like the holiest place for Judaism, for Muslim, and for Christianity there in Jerusalem. And it's just, it's a simple formula for just disaster. So having something like that,
the world goes to pray.
Talk about, yeah. And it's just something where ultimately it is going to be the human spirit, that's going to prevail and will overcome ultimately. And I'm a firm believer, and I'm an optimist, but I'm a firm believer that that's going to be the case. And that's what, we've got a world that's riddled by conflict. Yeah, science fiction can actually emerge as a beacon of hope, and it can break through that, just being stuck in. You've got a lot of science fiction has gone in the last couple of decades in the area of dystopia. And this book here starts off from that type of beginning and takes it all the way now to how, mankind can actually prevail. We can overcome the most incredible odds and still be able to, pull it out of the fire.
I feel for you people. I'm going with Elon. We're going to Mars. Y'all have a good time here on Earth. Call me when everything's settled. I'm going to do a live program. I'll talk with Elon. I can do a live program there. He's putting Starlink up. He's going to have a whole Starlink system up there.
Starlink on Mars.
Yeah, he's actually going to start sending satellites in, I think, in the beginning of next year. He's going to put like 20 of them up there. You'll be able to Starlink the whole planet, and then he'll be able to beam it back to Earth. So they're actually going to, he said this himself, they're actually going to do podcasts from Mars that are coming to Earth. I'm going, people. I'm just telling you. If I got to stow away, I'm going.
Well, on that subject of message of peace in sci-fi, I just sent you both a link of the new blog that just went up about different books that have a message of peace in science fiction.
Where'd you send it? My phone or my email?
iCar.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I had that open a second ago. Ding dong. Yeah, I had done with that bleep. Oh, computers just do whatever they want these days.
Yeah, there's
Taken over by AI.
Orson Scott Card's got Ender's Game, which is that's seriously intense. The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. Dune, Frank Herbert. The
But speaking of
Foundation
that,
Trilogy by Isaac Asimov.
when's part 2 of Dune coming? I seen something about it the other day, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Good question. Don't know.
I thought
I
it
saw a
was
preview for it.
Yeah, I seen that there's previews on YouTube, but there's no dates or nothing. So I'm assuming we wait. Anyway, John, so I didn't interrupt you. It's when you said Dune, it just clicked into my head. I was kind of like,
there's Starship Troopers, and one thing that Robert Heinlein wrote in the book there are no dangerous weapons, there are only dangerous men, and so you see. I mean, that's that whole thing that you find on all which we're not getting into, the whole thing on the First Amendment. You see two different views on that. But science fiction it provides, because it is quote unquote fiction, and it's based in a future that isn't now. So you can go and make these conclusions and descriptions and decisions, and come to realizations and resolutions of issues that we're facing right now, but in a different area. So it's easy to look at it and see it being resolved.
No, I'm telling you, I'm resolving. Y'all think I'm kidding you? I'm going to Mars. John has faith in you, fellow humans. I mean, he has faith in you, fellow humans, which is a good thing. Yeah, y'all should have faith in yourselves. But being that I'm part alien, I'm going to Mars.
Going home.
I'm just going to go hang out with my brothers for a couple. Just a couple hundred.
Go and see Mama.
Yeah, 100, 200, maybe 300 years, and I'll come back and check on everybody, see how everybody's doing. Well, I seen an article today. They said by 2030, humans should be immortal, meaning that disease and age won't affect them anymore.
By 2030?
By 2030. So I was like, that's what, 7 years, 6 years, really.
6 years.
Well, they've been saying for a while now, for the last 8 or 10 years, they've been saying that we're real close to being able to stop aging. It scares me.
So what about those of us who are going to be like in their 50s and stuff? I guess the young ones have got it good, but everybody, us older folk.
Well, more than likely, I would imagine for the first 100, 200 years, only the people who got like $100 million in the bank are going to get it anyway. But
yeah,
after that, when it finally gets out of population, it's just going to get out to whoever wants to take it. But one of the things that Masters and Johnson had put out a couple of months ago was one of the ones they're working on, because it stops the genes. They think they can reverse the geneage up to 20, 25 years. But they said it's going to probably be extremely painful. That sounds like sci-fi to me. I'm reading it, I'm thinking sci-fi. The whole time I'm reading this, I'm thinking sci-fi. But they're thinking, and then there was a big article done. There was a big meeting about this a couple of months back about should it be allowed. I mean, there's already 8 billion people on the planet. So what they're now saying is if you take it, you shouldn't be allowed to have any more children. So no children if you take it. You can have, as long as you don't have to take it, you can have kids. So go have 10 kids and then take it. No, I mean, I don't know, because I might be tempted, but I don't know. It would depend. To me, quality of life is as important as longevity. So if there's not going to be quality of life, why bother? We're not getting into that size, guys. That's a different thing. No, I'm just scrolling while we're talking.
Yeah, so that's the thing with science fiction. It definitely has those themes that's able to deal with, and the good authors are able to deal with it really well. And so you've got like the ones that we're listing here in this. This is an article on Emily. This is on BattlefieldEarth.com.
This one's on GalaxyPress.com.
Okay, on GalaxyPress.com.
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong about that. I think. Hang on.
Yeah, it says
BattlefieldEarth.com.
Okay, yeah, so on
so yeah.
Right. Yeah, so it's BattlefieldEarth.com, and so you've got these various books which really address these subjects, I think quite well. And because it's science fiction and it's in that other realm, it's easier to look at it and to think about it because it's applies to something else. It's just it has these different things that are posed in a different world or a different time, different people, different problems, and so it's easier to confront that than it is to confront your own backyard.
Mikey, I don't. A total different subject here. Mikey wanted to know: do y'all carry Battlefield Earth the movie? I
We
don't
actually
think.
don't, because we
Yeah,
didn't produce that movie here.
yeah. Because
But
I
you can
want.
get it. You can get it on Amazon. There's two
Yeah.
versions. There's the regular DVD, and then there's the um, what's the high res one? The
High definition.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but there's one. There's the
There's 4K. There's 8K. There's all kind of stuff now.
yeah, but it's
Uh,
definitely out there.
and know whoever said that earlier. I'm not changing cams because mine's got just a little bit of blur as it gets behind me, so you don't know what is going on all the time. Yes, because I hide stuff up there. Like whoever discovered the BB, we gave money away for this, $100 for whoever found the BB first. Yeah, it was one of the listeners, one of the viewers wrote to me and said, "What is that in the skull's eye?" And I told him what it was. So I got a wise idea about a week later on a show. I said, "Well, look," I said, "I'll give anybody $100 if they can tell me what's in there." And remember, the show the week earlier, I actually mentioned what it was. So really, all I had to do is go listen. Oh no, they're on Roku, zooming in and out, trying to figure out what it was. Yeah, but somebody won $100 anyway, so it's cool. I don't mind giving away money sometimes. When I got the money, I don't mind giving it away. When I don't, it's staying in my pockets, people. No, we got about 9 minutes. So if you got any questions, you better get them out now. Oh, what is that? Carolyn is where you at? Well, is the thing still going on in Germany? Because she said she lives in Frankfurt.
Yeah, it's going on. It's open to the public tomorrow and Sunday. So it's at the Buchmesse.
Go say hi to John.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cute. I think he's cute too.
He is.
He is. Just you see the lady in the blue down there. Don't get sassy because she'll fly over and kick your ass. I'm just kidding. God, I know. I make her sound mean. She's not. She's a real sweetheart. She really is. Unless you make her mad, then she's not. I don't know. I'm just teasing.
Orson Scott Card. He's also one of our Writers of the Future judges, Orson Scott Card. He's a great writer.
But most of their judges are somebodies.
Yeah.
Okay, I shouldn't have said it like that. That was a bad way of saying it. But
no, judges definitely are because that's how they're able to qualify to become a judge.
They, I've talked to almost all of them now, but not all of them. And it's got like 20 something, I think now. They're all good people, even keeled, which I really like. Some of them I like more than others, but that's just because I hang out with them. It's not a personal thing; it's more of a drinking thing. So we'll leave it at that. It's, really, everybody's really nice there. What gets me is how much they go out of their way to talk to all these winners. I mean, they truly go out of their way, inviting them to lunch with them, come sit down over here and talk with us because you're sitting there, wherever we happen to be sitting. I mean, I watched many of the judges after they had been doing courses all day, sit down and go through stuff with these people and not even phase them. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I seen your ugly face enough for one day.
No, you wouldn't.
I know, but still, I don't know that. Shh. Again, the only way you can get there is to win. No, they don't even tell me where it's at. I don't know. So you can't even bribe me because there's nothing to bribe me for. Yeah, Marco Rubio. Really, that's not your name. Are you really the real Marco Rubio? I don't believe that crap. Get off. Get out of here. And if you are the real Marco, well, thanks for jumping in and listening to whatever we're talking about tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe you. Yes, you're gonna marry Emily next week too, so I believe that too. Yeah, I'm just leaving everything tonight. I look, people. If you get into a lot of Elron stuff, you're gonna find that there's a lot of messages in there tucked away, hidden. Hidden's not a real good word, but they're not really hidden. They're really just in his work or on top of his work. But there's a lot of stuff in there, and a lot of it's done in satire, but still, it does play in to a lot of what's been going on, but not just that, a lot of what's going on right now, especially with the one I'm listening to, the Mission Earth. There's a lot of stuff in there that would definitely pertain to what's going on in our stupid planet right now.
Yeah. That's right.
Yes. No, I'm playing the alien that came from. Well, there's a few aliens that came over. People know I'm not playing Total Grease. I know that's not going to happen, but he cracks
You know
me up.
what's amazing, Jessica? We'll get back on it soon, but just Sultan Grease is the one that was most related to by the fans, by the readers.
I bet he was fucking
Yeah,
pervert readers.
because the actual hero was too unreal to them.
Too
No.
perfect.
He's
Yeah,
too
he was.
perfect.
He is a pretty boy. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But there's pretty boys all over the planet.
Yeah.
And it's to me, he's a very believable character because I actually know people like him, but I also know people like Sultan too.
Yeah, there's a
Absolutely.
lot more people that could identify with Sultan.
Oh yes, and that should tell you some people. You should go read it. Okay, now that you've been insulted, you should go read it. No, I hope it does come out a movie. I'd love to see who played this movie. Actually, it's really good so far. Why can't I never remember his name? The guy who's playing, who's reading,
Jim Meskimen.
yeah, just so he does a great job with this character. Really, everybody does a great job. And there's really good sound effects. I mean, everybody's doing a great job, but he's really like the narrator of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's he's just such an ass. I'm sorry,
He
I can't say it any other way. But when it finally comes out, y'all enjoy it. I actually think I like it better than Battlefield Earth. I hate to say
Wow.
it. I'm a whole judgment because I still got 5 books to go through yet.
Yeah, there's
And,
there's a lot of stuff that you're gonna.
yeah.
It's just
And there's a lot, at the end, and then there's the end. So we have to get through that. And I have to watch myself when I judge Battlefield Earth because as long as I judge the book, I'm like, yeah. But if I judge it by the movie, I'm not as happy. I love Travolta, but the movie just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, well, the movie just didn't, because even though they say they had all
Because
this
it's just
money,
been a
it
freaking
wasn't-
trilogy.
It was incorrect when they said they had this budget because they didn't have that much money. I
No,
spoke to Roger Christian. He was a guest on a podcast, and they couldn't afford to go to Scotland, which is where the book really goes, where Johnny gets the his
Yeah,
fellow
they're pretty
conspirators
good.
to take back the planet. But all they had money for was to get people to dress up as cavemen in Canada. And then there was, they had
That's not far
the
from the
alien
truth.
spaceships. He was alerted how to, fly their just alien vehicles. But what they did instead was they said they were flying Harrier jets. And so people just picked it apart because fuel wouldn't exist for 1,000 years. The jets wouldn't fly. They fired guns that were long since would have expired. So just
In the book, they're firing the weapons of the aliens, not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should have been maybe not a trilogy. It could have been a trilogy. It really could have been.
Yeah.
But maybe if not a trilogy, maybe just 2. But still, it just needed to be stretched out some more. No,
Well, the
notice
book
what they did. They
went
tried
through the first half, and they had a cliffhanger at the end, but because of the reviews, the part 2 never got made.
It's no, they were just trying to cram too much into one movie. It was a 3-hour movie to start off with, guys. But
Yeah,
and it's not that it's horrible. It's well worth watching. I'm not telling you, you should watch it because there is a lot of funny shit in there. But there is a lot of good stuff in there. But still, it's just the way it was done. So it's just one of them things that was crammed into one movie. It should have been more than one. Well, we've seen that in other movies. It's not the first time we've seen this happen.
yeah.
You know,
But
this
the
happened.
book itself is different because that actually has the message. It has that, like I said, that really cool vibe that right now is just so. I think it's really important because if somebody gets caught up in listening to the news, reading the papers, they can get themselves all freaked out. So it gives you a good perspective that you can kind of like chill a bit.
All the audio stuff that we're talking about and the book stuff, you can galaxypress.com. Yeah, just go over there and pop in. It's what do you mean? Do they have Galaxy Press Battlefield Earth and audio? Do you listen to
Battlefield
this?
Earth is in audio. Yes, go to audible.com.
See, she's nice because I was going to say, why the hell ain't you been listening to the radio station? You know
Well,
that.
maybe they just tuned in.
See, I told you she's nicer than I am. No, really, they do. It's fabulous. It's a long listen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's 44 hours.
Yeah. So what you do is you do like I'm doing. Like I'm driving right now, listening. So you just got to figure out how you can pace yourself around it. An hour here, 2 hours here, 3 hours here. So what I did, like with this one, when the first time I listened to it, I replaced it where I was watching The Expanse. I just started listening to it instead. And so I got it out that way before we played it on the station, and then we played it on the station. And people love it when they play on the station.
Yeah.
I do 8-hour shots on the station, except for one of the days is a little shorter, but everything else is 8 hours, and it runs in between. This year it'll run between. It'll run the week before Christmas and the week before New Year's, and on top of that, we'll run the right on each night after that 8 hours airs. War of the Worlds, the original one, the whole thing with all the commercials, Orson Welles, the original thing recording plays, even all its cracks and pips and pops in it. Yes, it does. And then there's something else we play besides that's another opera we play, but it's a good, man. I mean, if you're just hanging around, I had a lot of people wrote to me last year and told me stuff like on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, they just had it playing in the background. Just they were doing whatever they were doing for their holiday, and they just had it playing back instead of having Christmas music. And don't ask me why. I don't judge. It's what they wanted to do. We
provided for them. It's good. It's good. It's good entertainment.
Yeah, it is.
It'll be on. You don't want to adopt some chihuahuas anyway.
Oh, is Lola there?
But we don't want to see her at the moment. She's being bad. Y'all, if you had a chance, I posted a picture of what I woke up to this morning on TikTok and Facebook. Evil dogs, man. I got evil dogs. People, I'm sorry. I get distracted. No, we're getting ready to
Cost
go.
them everything they know, too.
We're getting ready to go. Oh, he can't answer that question. No, because it'll get him in trouble. So this question came in. I already said you can't answer this question, but this with Who is your all-time favorite winner since you've been with Writers of the Future? Who's your all-time favorite winner? There's been a lot of, man. I don't. That's a hard one because there's a few writers I actually personally like.
That's like asking who's your favorite child. I mean, it's just not right.
Well, I can tell you who my favorite.
And we have over 900 children.
Yes.
Yes, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there's a lot. The 4 groups I've met, there have been some really good writers. Well, they're all good writers. It's just to me some appeal to what more I'm into. Yes, that sounded stupid, but no, really. When I get to talk to them, I get to do interviews with them. So this year we were playing catch up from last year. So we're pretty much. I think in the last 4 years we've only missed like maybe 4 of the winners, or maybe not even that, because Carmen's pretty good about getting them. When I say so, we've been, but so now we're pretty much caught up on everybody, and we've been doing some of the judges. Are you important? If you're important, write to Emily. Well, John's busy, people. He's in Europe. Come on, leave the man alone. No, right? No, really. If you're
Frankfurt,
then you come
visit this weekend.
But if you're important, I can't tell you who they consider important. That's not my job. I have no idea. I love these questions when they come in. See, again, Emily's way sweeter than I am. You people know I don't think all y'all are important. Let's just be honest about it right now. Yeah. Come listen to the news tonight. You think I'm being ornery now? You hit me up at 9:00 tonight. Mm-hmm. We'll see what ornery is. No, they're both great people. If you ever get a chance to meet them, you should stop and say hello to them. If you're at any of the cons like Dragon Con, or you're down in Tampa or at Salt Lake City or something like that.
We're also going to be in Las Vegas, November 7th to 17th at the Stetson Country Christmas.
And we get to see both of them in jeans and boots and cowboy hats. Yes. They both sexy. Yeah. They both sexy as hell in their little things, man. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Yeah, no, really and truly, if you get a chance to meet them, go out of your way to say hi. Man, they're good people, and they might teach you something.
In Hollywood, we'll be having our Hollywood Christmas parade. We'll be all over the place there, setting that up and running that. And that's going to say, if Sunday after Thanksgiving. If
you run into a girl that's about yay tall, run like hell. Other than that, you're good to go. I'm not mentioning no names because I don't want to get hurt. No, I'm not mentioning no names. No, really and truly, any of the bunch, if you can get to meet them, stop and say hi. I mean, if you ever happen to run into any of them or anybody you've heard us talking about, say hi. They're all really nice people. Don't harass them. Just say hi. We got to go. What?
Okay, and so the last message is make sure you check out Battlefield Earth. It's got a good message, and right now we're really, that video we played is just, we want people to get that message across there to the message is peace. It's not war. We need to like really just pound that in. It's like, there's got to be a peaceful solution. And I mean, there's obviously somebody making a lot of money in what's happening here in all these different wars.
Oh,
but,
you know that. We'll be talking about that later tonight. Yes, do you know what Special Forces? And no, they're not going to call me because I am way too old. It's hey, crawl down and I'd be like, what? You crazy, man. I'd be teetering from my belly and shit. No, that's just not going to work. Oh no, I can criticize myself, people. I don't. My ego is not that easily bruised. It's really not. But again,
but this blog you're looking at here, this is on battlefieldearth.com. It's a blog. It just went up for this show, so we created it for this show so that people can go to it, check it out. So it's battlefieldearth.com blog, and it's the most recent blog that just went up today.
Yeah, well, no, Jack, I'm gonna scan it as we're rolling out of here, so y'all can see it. But just go over and check it over at the website. It's easier. You know what? Maybe I got to go. I have time to get on the website today. Maybe I'll add it to the website. Y'all can find it that way.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because no, I don't. After we're done here, I don't go back on live tonight. Actually, I gotta go cook. The Queen said it's time to cook or else. I don't mess with the Queen, man. Like, how you think I live to be as old as I am? Come on, you don't mess with the Queen. She'll hurt you. And oh wait, what was this?
And that's what we just watched. That's what we watched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There ain't no more of the videos on here, huh? I thought I seen two videos the other day. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just cracking my brains up. But guys and girls, go check it out because we got to go. Emily's got some head she's got to go smack around, and John got to get some rest because it's like midnight for this poor man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she smacks some head and she walk up. Pop! They'd be like, what? And wait, that's the blur thing. She pop, and then they're like, what the hell? And then they'll be going back to doing it all of a sudden. Pop! She's like, son of a bitch, who was that? I'm telling you, I wish I could videotape. It'd be great. Anyway, we gotta go. Emily, John, thanks for coming and hanging out with me this afternoon. Everyone, I really hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight, guys. Oh no, they're great people. Like I said, if you can meet them. We got to go. Remember, news on the flip side tonight. We're going to have the crew out tonight. We got the new guy, Jack, who used to be Sean, but now he's Jack. We got.
Yeah, you were the one that renamed him.
Yes, I did rename him. Hey, it was time for a new name. And besides, it was a Triple J show that night, so it just stuck. And then we got another J coming in tonight. It's going to be the Quadruple J show tonight.
Wow.
Yes, we might have to invite the other Emily on so we can break it up a little bit. Then it's just a bunch of old farts there. We need something there that breaks up all them old faces, man. God. This is after all, this is TV. We gotta go. Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
And we'll see y'all later tonight. And whoop.